Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. Joining me here in our visual radio studio to talk about another great summer tradition in Farmington, the Outdoor Summer Theater from Sandstone Productions. We have director Linann Easley. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you have a cheering section.
I do have a cheering section. I always bring one with me.
You brought your own. That's wonderful. And right. Two of your actors from this summer's production at Sandstone is Paul Arthur Stewart III. Paul, welcome back to KSJE.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us.
Feels like home.
And Melissa Sheffers, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in as well. And welcome to all of you for being here to talk a little bit about this summer's production of All Shook Up. It premieres later this week at Lyons Wilderness Park Amphitheater, right?
Correct.
And so, Linann, give us a little bit of a background on this show.
Well,
right?
All Shook Up is, it is a familiar story if you're a Shakespeare aficionado. It is the story of Twelfth Night loosely, accompanied by all
Twelfth Night, loosely. Right? It's not another whole production.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That's a whole different show.
That's a whole different show.
Yeah, we don't want to go there. Yeah.
But the music is very familiar for everybody. It's all Elvis music. And so you'll get the whole, like early Elvis to later Elvis. It runs the whole gambit of his musical career.
Skinny Elvis and Fat Elvis.
It's so much fun. And it's nice because, you know, as musical people, we start this show in like January. So I've been singing these songs for months, and they're actually fun. They're good songs. And so when you wake up at 4:00 in the morning with, Follow That Dream running through your head, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's songs that people will know, will recognize, will be able to maybe hum along in the audience, right?
Be able
all
to
summer
sing
long.
along with us and have a really good time.
Excellent. And so, as you say, you've been working on this since January. And so you found your actors.
Right.
And things are ready to go this week.
Yeah, we have 20 actors. We open on Thursday. It's a huge cast. They're lots of fun, great ensemble work, amazing dance choreography by Amanda Downs. And so it'll be a really fun show.
Nice. And so let me turn to your actors who are here. Two of the 20 who are with us this morning. And so, Paul, we're turning to you. And the camera's now on. So talk to me a little bit about your part in this whole thing, right?
Oh, yeah. I play Chad. I am a roving roustabout who comes into this town that's kind of been set up with some rules where they're not allowed to have fun, they're not allowed to dance, and I kind of rile everybody up a little bit. People start falling in love. We start dancing a little more.
That's not typecasting at all.
No.
Doesn't sound like to me. Wait, what's going on? Okay.
No, yeah, and there's a lot of couples falling in love. Everybody's falling in love with each other.
Right.
And I like to think that I kind of bring that into the town. I've got music in my soul, and
okay.
Yeah, and I love the ladies.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would think you get to sing a lot of these Elvis songs.
I do
in the play, right?
Yeah. I've loved Elvis. I grew up with Elvis, so I knew most of the songs. There were just a couple that I had to research, and there are still a few Elvis movies I haven't seen yet, so I have to look into those. But yeah, I love singing Elvis. Elvis has been a part of my life since I was born.
Nice. Great.
He's the king.
Okay. Melissa, let me turn to you a little bit about your character, and you have a little bit of a little backstory, I guess, about your character, right? Because you are, as an actress, being called upon to do a lot of different things.
Yeah, so in this show, I already live in the town and have the dream to possibly move out of the town on my motorbike. And then Chad comes in and I fall head over heels for him, and he wants nothing to do with me. So I decide that the way to get to be friends and get him to fall in love with me is to change into a boy. So I play Ed for most of the show and get to sing Blue Suede Shoes and a little less conversation as a man. So obviously, as you can tell with my very high vocal range, it's been a little bit of a change.
Right.
But the whole play takes place in 24 hours, so it's kind of cool to see how quickly people's minds can finally be set on what their dream already was, and how somebody coming in and maybe just kickstarting that dream really that was a line from the show. Sorry, everybody. Really like moves it along faster and makes you realize what you really want, not just like what you think that you want. That's a lot of what the show's about as well.
Okay. And Linann, this is something that you chose, right, to do this show, or what were your
when I took over the job as artistic director late in the season, we were looking for, show suggestions and options, and we really wanted to go in a different direction than what we've been doing in the past couple of years, and bring in something that most of Farmington would have a real connection with, and just straight pure fun. It's a great show that is full of comedy and, like we said, dancing and mistaken identities and sort of like crossing paths in the dark kind of stuff. Real classic comedy and good fun music that we can have a nice time with. And we've peppered the set with Easter eggs that are all specific to fans that are big aficionados of Elvis, as well as people, for those folks that have been in the community for a very long time. They're going to see some signage and some logos and some stuff that are old Farmington Easter eggs for those of us that have been around a while.
I may resemble that remark. I don't know. But okay, right? Interesting. Fun. And when you're thinking and looking for a show that works in an outdoor theater, is there anything about this particular show that you think blends well into that setting? Because we know we've seen the amphitheater stage turned into so many different things over the years, right?
Well, and this show is in particular kind of like the first half is inside, and it could lend itself to a traditional theater really, really well. Sure. And so we've had to do some modifications to have it lend itself to our outdoor theater. But, a lot of the dialogue and the discussion is about dreams and being out. They spend the second half outside, and they get to talk about the moon and the stars and all that sort of stuff. And we're already right there.
You've got moon and stars.
Yeah, it's like you're at the abandoned fairgrounds.
It's the best part of that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Just that wonderful ambiance of being out there in the open.
Right. Right. And the cast, how large is the cast this year?
There are 20 people. It's a very large cast. And it fills that stage up, let me tell you.
I bet it does, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been great to work with this many people because everybody brings so much to the show. And again, we kind of started late for this particular season, and everybody's had to really jump on board and get after it so that they could learn all the choreography and the music and familiarize themselves with the space, because we have people that'll be their first year out there, and we have a great talent.
Good.
Huge talent.
Well, and you've got people like
cast.
Paul and Melissa who've been veterans of that sandstone and that stage and kind of know your way around and the ups and downs and ins and outs behind all the boulders and the trees and everything else that's out there, right?
Yeah, we have real unique hurdles to cross when we're out there. You're singing along and a gnat flies down your throat or
into your eye.
Yeah. The millers, the moths have been so big this year.
Yeah.
That's actually been something we've been battling because they're in the speakers and these guys are trying to sing and dance and they're getting peppered by moths, and so it's been pretty funny. But
the joy of outdoor theater.
That's right.
That's what you're talking about.
Live, baby.
That's true. So for the audience, if they want to see some of these things, that's what they need to buy tickets for.
That's right. Yeah. You can purchase your tickets down at the Civic Center. They're open from 8 until 5, and of course you can buy your tickets online.
Right.
And we open Thursday. We run Thursday, Friday, and Saturday until July the 27th. And you can purchase your tickets at the door early in the season. After that, we're going to start selling out. And we really are, because we're forecasted to have a rainy summer, we're encouraging people to attend early and get out and come see the show. Come early, come often.
Right.
And get your groups together and come out and enjoy the show.
Well, and there have been those times when we've seen in past summers where people will wait and then they'll go and it'll get maybe rained out second half.
And sold out.
Or sold out. And
and
then they can't get another ticket because the rest of them are all sold out too.
That's right.
And so if you wait too long, you may lose out.
You miss out.
So that's good advice.
Yeah.
And so for the two actors who are with us this morning, tell me a little bit about performing outdoors, and it's something you keep going back for. I know Paul and Melissa, you both have been on that stage before.
This is my 8th season at Sandstone.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's such a comfortable and familiar space to work on. That's the most homey stage I've ever had. I've worked there more than anywhere else in Farmington or I don't know, anywhere in the Four Corners area.
Right.
I love that space. The outdoor theater experience is like nothing else. I mean, Melissa sings about a moon in one of her songs, and I know that there's at least one weekend where we're lit up by the moon that night, and it's just so beautiful.
Right.
It's my favorite thing to do. I'm excited about a little bit of audience participation this summer. You know, getting the people singing, get them on their feet. I'm hoping.
Nice.
If they aren't, then I'll make them.
Make them. You should. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is only
Melissa?
my second year. So I played Mary Poppins last year, and now this role, totally different. I don't have to wear high heels and run around the Sandstone. I'm actually in flats the whole time. Thank you.
The rooftops of London, you have to do that this year.
Yeah. And this show has just been so much fun. There's somebody for everybody. So like when you're watching it, there's somebody to relate to. You've got the dreamer, you've got Paul's character that comes in and just takes control of the situation. You've got Georgia Grant's character who's, been in love with this person for so long she didn't even know it. And then you've got, other characters who fall in love with people instantly. Yeah, the best friend love. You've got the lady who falls in love with the first person that's got a brain possibly in the town.
Young love.
Yeah, you've got
so
much stuff to happen. So again, there's somebody for everybody to watch and relate to. And I mean, everybody's got a part, and I mean, you've got to hear Georgia Grant sing her song. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
I love that
we
song.
finally got to hear her the other day, and everybody. It's so much fun, and the dancing is so vibrant, and the singing with Shara teaching us all the songs and everything. The singing is so great, and 6 parts on some of the songs, and it's crazy. I haven't done a show with 6 parts in years, but this is only my second time doing it, and I'm just so in love with working out there. It's different than anywhere else. I've always worked inside, and getting sunburns. And again, like a moth or something flew into my eye the other day, and I was just screaming, and everyone was like, what's happening? And trying to work past that. But we always talk about obstacles in theater, and that they kind of give you more obstacles than you ever planned. And,
Right.
The show must go on, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say?
beautiful.
And it's full of really strong female characters. Usually it's hard to find a show that has a lot of large female roles that are really powerful and really potent. And we have 4 strong female leads in this particular show.
5.
Is there 5?
Yeah. We've got Lorraine.
Yeah, I guess there is 5, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's just really
Yes, yeah.
unusual for a show, especially for a musical. Like, it always seems really guy-heavy, and this one's really balanced and super fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. What about I know you have a love of costumes. What era are we set?
To Elvis's...
Particular era? Is it modern? Or?
We're loosely in the 50s.
Are we? Okay.
My costume designer and I chose to go in sort of a really unique route in that we wanted to really sort of go with typical, I'll use the word cliches, but real standard icons of imagery that were relevant to Elvis's time periods and the music span in which he sings.
Right.
So
no one's taking selfies with their smartphone on stage during the play.
Right.
None of that.
None of that.
No.
None of that.
Just in the rehearsals.
So, I
but
mean,
not
it's
now.
not all
Yeah.
50s music, and it's not all 50s genre in the appeal that we're going for. So you'll see a wide range of looks in the costumes. Mandolin Browning is our costume designer this year. And so you'll see a wide variety of textures and patterns and color.
Okay.
But the show overall is very colorful.
But
I mean, it's not all
yeah.
50s music, and it's not all 50s costumes. Mandolin Browning is our costume designer this year, and full and very bright and very happy.
Very cool. My guest this morning, we were talking with some of the staff and actors from Sandstone Productions, the Outdoor Summer Theater, which will actually start in earnest this week on Thursday, June the 20th. And the show will go Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights at Lions Den this year. And to the audiences who come out and support Sandstone, right?
Absolutely.
And live theater, which there's nothing like it.
And it's such a unique experience if you have family members that are coming in to bring them out to Sandstone, because nobody's got a theater like we got. Nope. And it's a great time to sort of show off the uniqueness of our community.
That's very true. And it's a great spot. And again, there'll be food. And Wines of the San Juan will be there Friday and Saturday nights.
Friday and Saturday nights.
Think, right?
Yeah, Friday and Saturday nights.
And then there'll be food the other all nights, right? You go out for dinner?
Yeah, you can come early and grab something to eat, and you can purchase those meal tickets when you get your tickets, so that you're guaranteed that there will be food available for you when you get out there. They're not going to be all sold out.
Very good.
And, of course, there's concessions, so you can snack your way through the show if
I
you'd
have
rather
done
go that route.
I have done that. That's
right.
true. So there you go. That's perfect. Now, Melissa and Paul, you've got a scene for us that you want to act out for us. Would you mind?
I wouldn't say
this has got a little bit of. I know. Never ask an actor if they mind performing. I think that's probably true. But you've got and a little bit of a song. Is there any setup we need to do for this scene?
I think we're good.
No,
we're good. Just two people.
I just got to town.
You just got to town,
Yeah.
and you see Melissa.
His motorcycle's broken down a little bit, and I'm a mechanic, so
Okay.
backstory.
I will stop talking and let you guys take it away then. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Here we go.
Don't you want to get out of here?
Yeah,
Break the speed limit?
yeah.
Maybe find yourself a honey man?
Oh, yeah.
You... Oops. Wait.
You gotta follow that dream wherever that dream may lead.
Follow that dream.
You gotta follow that dream to find the love you need.
You gotta find the love
gotta
you
follow that
need.
dream wherever that dream may lead.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
You
You gotta follow that dream wherever that dream may lead.
follow. I'll be back. I'll be back before I leave town.
Very good. Very good. A little bit of All Shook Up, and it's on stage this summer at Lions Wilderness Park Amphitheater. My guests on the radio this. And thank you for doing that, you too. And
Thanks.
as things get going, Linann, again, you've got dress rehearsals and staging and
we're
everything
wrapping
else
up tech and
coming
getting the
together,
set all
right?
cranked out, and
It always comes together.
Yeah,
I'm always
thanks to
amazed.
tech.
it always comes together.
Go Tech.
Good, yeah.
Right.
Always.
Yeah, we love our tech, because because it's Lions, it's outdoor, and if it was at the Henderson,
Go
we
Tech.
would turn off the lights in the middle of the day and we would tech,
Sure.
But because it's Lions, they can't have the stage until we leave at 10 o'clock. So they stay, until like 2, 4 o'clock in the morning doing lights and teching things. And so, it's a really unique situation in that they don't get the space until it's dark.
Right.
And then lights and teching things. And so, it's a really unique situation in that they don't get the space until it's dark.
Right.
And then after we've all left. So they've been putting in some crazy hours, and they're just
Actor, music. There's so much behind the scenes, and I
Mics.
just mics.
Yeah.
I just got to give a huge shout out to those guys because
Right.
seriously,
All comes together, and it has to be working in all types of weather, right? From the heat that we've
Right.
had this week, and
rain,
possible
winds.
rain, wind, sand, dirt, mud,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
all the above,
all of the above.
right?
that's
All
what makes
of
it
the
exciting. Rain.
There you go. That's very true. And so again, as you said, we may get some weather this summer, but the show goes on usually unless there's maybe lightning.
Yeah, we only call the show if the stage
May get some weather.
out and it becomes dangerous for the actors. Or in the event of lightning, we will often hold and let those kinds of storms roll through because, of course, that kind of atmosphere is dangerous for everyone.
Right, sure.
But I warned my folks early on, I'm not afraid of getting wet, or I'm not afraid of letting you get wet.
There you go. There you go.
So if the audience is willing to sit there, we will perform as long as we can.
Right. And
So-
that's the rule, I think.
That's right.
And
Yeah. That's right.
That's kind of how it goes. The show must go on,
That's
and you
right.
have a
Always.
limited edition, limited engagement, right? So you
That's
want to try to get them all in if you can,
Yeah, we want
safely.
to get all those shows in, so we definitely want to have the full experience.
Right. Very true. Let me ask our actors once again, working with the other actors too. You've got 20 other folks on stage and singing and dancing and
Oh, yeah.
interacting. What's your favorite part Is it the singing, the dancing,
I mean, all of it together really is kind of hard to beat, and I know that sounds cheesy, but when you get, there's a couple of songs that everyone is in, like Can't Help Falling in Love, which is our Act 1 closer, and it's just gorgeous, and everyone on stage works together, and you feed off of energy, and really, it's just one of the most beautiful songs in the entire show. And then we have like All Shook Up right when we come back, and it's the Act 2 opener, and it's all crazy dancing, and everybody's coming from different directions and acting together, and it's just we have such a good ensemble, and it's not as easy to find as you think it would be to cast people in and out and having them. You guys did a crazy good job getting all these people that work well together. There's always theater drama, but we have yet to have some. I got one. But and just everyone works so well together, and it's supposed to be kind of a small town feel, so it's that kind of family feel, and Paul comes in and ruins everything.
Paul?
Kind of.
No, he makes everything better.
Make it better.
That's
Like every day.
No, I'm so impressed with this cast. We're all, like Linann said, we
in and out and having them. You guys did a crazy good job getting all these people, but we have yet to have some. I got one. But together, and it's supposed to be kind of a small town feel, so it's that kind of family feel, and Paul comes in everything.
Paul?
Kind of.
No, he makes everything better.
Make it better.
That's everything better.
No, and I see that happening with a lot of the people in this cast. Our relationship is really strong right now, and it's only going to get stronger once the show starts.
That's true. I think that happens. And I told myself I wasn't going to mention it, but I have to. I was in Greece a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And some of those relationships are still there. There's some people that I call and they still show up on my show.
Stronger once the show starts.
It works out great. So anyway, but it's a great experience. And so talk to me a little bit about the storyline once again for folks who may be just joining us, because you mentioned, Linann, it's a little bit Shakespeare-y, but it's got the music of Elvis, and they still show up on
12th night.
How does that all work together?
Of course, nobody falls off a boat in this particular version, but we say loosely 12th night.
Right.
But roving.
It's got the music.
A motorcycle guy comes into town that is more uptight, not allowed to. They have the Mamie Eisenhower Act. They're not allowed to dance. They're not allowed to act. They're not allowed and any sorts of public PDA kind of stuff. And so then. Paul has Chad has the music inside of him, and he has the magic that makes it all happen. And Natalie wants Chad to fall in love with her, but she's not his type. So she puts on a disguise and becomes his friend so that she can convince him that Natalie's the girl for him. Natalie's the girl. Ensues.
Then that's what happens. Right. And then we have the music of Elvis Presley kind of going along with all of this. So in the theme of maybe the Mamma Mia movie that people are familiar with, right?
Backing us up vocally is all of Elvis's music. And so it plays nicely into singing and dancing and the storyline, and it's super fun.
That's great, and it helps
I think I've said that already.
extend the storyline through the music.
Yeah, it just pushes the music. It pushes the dialogue forward, and it helps everybody fall in love.
There you go.
As Elvis did.
Can't help it.
Can't help it.
Somebody said that.
Gosh, get out.
All right, I think we're almost done. It is All Shook Up, the music of Elvis Presley, and it is this summer at Farmington Sandstone Productions Outdoor Amphitheater at Lions Wilderness Park. Again, the show premieres on June the 20th. That's this Thursday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It's a very exciting weekend.
Very exciting.
Come opening weekend.
Always come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opening weekend's
All right.
always great.
And it will go on through July 27th. So.
Come early, come often.
Come early, come often. Tickets available again at the Farmington Civic Center.
That's right.
And also online.
And
there's a Sandstone Productions Sandstone Facebook page, I know.
You can go to the Sandstone Productions Facebook page and follow the link, and you can get your tickets.
All right. Very good. Well, thank you all for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it very much. Break all the legs.
Thank you so much.
What they say, right?
Thank you very much.
All right. There you go. My guest from Sandstone Productions here on KSJE. Everyone will be back with more in just a moment. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.